Well, how do you do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I'm revisiting a Springfield mole legend. Hop Lobster from Springfield Brewing Company. Hoppy red ale. I love that they don't call this a red IPA because everybody else would have. Bottled on 7/10/17, so I'm about a month and a half in. Not quite, a little over a month, I suppose. Perfect balance of rich caramel and toasty malt flavors with a big citrusy hop bite and aroma. 5.9, I believe the IBUs are 50 on this. Uses Cascade, Centennial, and then Pearl for bittering. It is just nice. I mean, I fell in love with this beer, I don't know how many years ago now when I first had it. It's been a while. And it just seems like it keeps getting better. I first did it, I did a video, I don't know, several years ago. Before they even had their own labels for it, they used to have this generic labels for their seasonals. When it was Mueller Beers, it's now Springfield Brewing Company. But I did this video where I had the song Hop Lobster playing, which I got flagged for. You're a bad bitch. We're just basically dancing to the song and holding up cue cards. That was the concept of the video anyway. But I love this video. This beer. The nose is big, rich, and malty. Uses a lot of crystal malts, I tell you, on their website. So you get this almost this malt sweetness, this brown sugar-like malt sweetness on the nose. But then you also feel the citrus notes provided from the Centennial and Cascade hops. I get a hint of lemon and orange zest kind of going on with some grapefruit. Oh, I really do love this beer, and I love the hoppy red. I hate when they call them red IPAs, but most do. They call them India Red Ales, and then it'd be IRA. May not want to do that. IRA. There we go. Do an Irish version, the IRA. The Irish Red Ale, not the India Red. Anyway, see, then we go a whole different direction. Every once in a while, going off topic, but every once in a while I get asked about where I'm from because I say certain words or I use a certain, I don't know, dialect or accent that some folks don't quite get, so they wonder where I'm from. Problem is, I've been to a lot of places. I grew up in Southern California. I lived there for 22 years, but then I spent almost 2 years in Western Washington, up in Bellingham area, not far from the Canadian border. But then from there, I mean, I've been in the Missouri area since about '89. But then I had a couple years where I lived in Las Cruces and then El Paso, Texas. About a year in Colorado. But before that, I spent 3 years working on the road with the circus as a young man before I got married, where I traveled around to a lot of different places. And I noticed the longer I stayed someplace, I would pick up their accent. When we were touring Canada, Ontario specifically, and people thought I was Canadian because I was talking, and I don't do it intentionally. It just sort of happens. When we came back to the States, people thought I was Canadian. But I think that's kind of happened to my accent over the years as I've picked up various things from various places. So it's kind of mixed up. So nobody knows where I'm from. I get asked, well, you say that word like... But I started out in California, if anybody's interested. Apologize for keep scratching my nose. It's a couple things going on. Pollen count is crazy high. Part of it's my Tourette's. I can't stop. It's the Tourette's. Once I get that itch, it just keeps going. So I apologize, but there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. So anyway, back to the beer. Yeah, I love this beer from Springfield Brewing Company. It's one of my favorites that they do. Because to me, it's the best of both worlds. It's big and malty. It's big and hoppy. It's more of a fall beer for me, for my particular taste buds. It's a spring fall beer. But yeah, here it is, late summer. I hadn't had it for a while, and it just sounded good. That it was only $8.29, or was labeled $8.29 when I went to check out. They rang up at only $7.98, which was even better, man. So I love a bargain. How's it going, man?
Sam, you didn't want me to bring nothing to drink for you?
So anyways, back to the beer. Let's focus, Tom. See if we can stay on task, dude. So neighbors were right goodbye. So I'd hold up just a second. So anyways, there's a lot of malt initially. I mentioned a little brown sugar on the aromas. Yeah, you do feel, it almost feels like a little, just a slight hint of light brown sugar sweetness. Then you get those hop flavors. You're going to get some grapefruit. I personally get some orange zest. Might get a hint of lemon as well. Lemon zest, more so than just lemon. And then it just dries up. It finishes very pleasantly dry. It's just a great beer, in my opinion. And at $8, I mean, really, you got so many craft beer price-wise is getting crazy, man. There are so many poser drinkers out there that I think are help driving the prices up. You got people that actually like to brag about how much they spend on a beer. Listen, there are certain brands out there that I like, but if I can buy a beer like this for $8, I'm not going to buy a similar style that they have for $14, because I know that beer isn't any more quality than this one. Now, some folks might like the flavor of that better. That's a separate argument altogether. But if I'm talking just quality, this beer is as quality as it gets. And in my opinion, nobody does a hoppy red better than this particular beer right there, unless we're talking about Imperials. And that's a separate discussion. But I'm talking about a 5.9, 50 IBU beer. This is as good a hoppy red as you're ever going to find. There you go. I've said it. Don't want to leave any ambiguity. I want to be clear. Be clear, Tom. I'm trying to be clear, man. I do that when I have discussions with people. I'd like to be very clear, so there's... If I think you're an asshat, I'm just going to call you an asshat. That way there's no ambiguity. By the time the conversation's done, I think you're an asshat. There's no... Well, what did you think of me? He thinks I'm an asshat. You said so. Anyways, I am Dom the Beer Whisperer. I always tell my wife, if everybody thought I was as funny as I think I am, the world would be a much better place. Because I crack me the hell up. I am trying to be a whisperer. BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker. Purveyor of Wisdom. And all around. Get to the hop truck here. And all around, good guy. Oh, already got one stuck right there. Oh, there you go. Now, one more time. And all around, good guy. Oh, biscuits and gravy, that's good beer. Oh, I got a burp. Oh, I was trying to turn that out before I burped, but I couldn't. Excuse me, and I hope I didn't get any on you.